Well, Brad, it probably would have been 4 hours ago that we were stood in this exact same position, sort of looking ahead to the game. You had a glint in your eye and a spring in your step that you were going to go and get a result today, and that's exactly what you did.
Yeah, we worked hard on this, and I think the desire and the love for one another on the pitch was immense. I think that would have been a crime if we lost that game. And I'm not saying a draw. I'm going to be honest and be positive. We was the only team I felt who really, really wanted it right from the start. And I'm hard on them in times, but that was a well-deserved victory. We should have been in probably 3 or 4, if you want my honest opinion. Probably, I would say 3 early on. But obviously Grant, he's come in and he took his chance and he worked so hard today and got cramped, so he had to come off. So I'm pleased for him. But overall, yeah, it was a performance that we promised everyone, and I think it was a performance that the guys owed themselves and the fans and the staff and everyone involved at this club.
It was an electric start. It seemed as if everyone on the pitch was very focused, very positive about going forward, and we could have taken the lead as early as the first minute. Yeah. You must have been pleased with sort of the reaction from that very first whistle.
Yeah, like I said, I think the boys knew that they had to start. We wanted to get back and be on the front foot, being positive with how we set up today. The boys were hungry for it, to make amends of Tuesday night. That's not us. We know that. We're a very good team. And we can't let standards drop. They did that, and, it won't happen again. They've assured me that. They're good, honest boys. They've apologised. But yeah, the start was great. I think it was something that the fans needed. I don't think Dartford expected it to come out like that. But young Bradley Roberts today, I thought he was superb. His positional sense for a young 17-year-old lad. I think he didn't shy away from the game. I thought it was a superb performance from a young man.
You mentioned Reece obviously coming into the side there. You made some changes and they all seem to have paid off today, and that must be a very rewarding thing as a manager. When you make changes, people might look at a team sheet and say, well, why is he starting? Why are they not starting? But, to a man, anyone that came off the bench and played in this game all did their jobs.
Yeah, we looked at it. There's a bit of an illness in the camp as well. But like you said, we had to be brave, and no one had the divine right to be starting from Tuesday's performance. But look, we put that to bed in the Thursday session in this room when we spoke clearly. I told them what they possibly didn't expect, but I told them the whole truth. And that's all I asked for my players. And I think the performance and the setup today with the boys who did come in, to a man, they were superb today.
We also saw the return of the duo, if you like, in terms of Joe Trofano and Reece Grant, and that seemed to really pay off. And it's something we saw early on in the season. This, without giving too much away, is that sort of where you kind of want things to be?
I think just the work ethic, and sometimes a lot of people don't actually see what Reece actually does. Joe, yes, he scored his goal, a penalty again, but he worked really hard. I think they both worked and they complemented each other. But listen, Reece needed that as well. He needed the goal. He's run himself into the ground and cramped up a little bit. But yeah, the partnership, maybe I can look back at it and try and say, yeah, if they've not been injured or niggles and stuff like that, or some self-doubt, personally, from their own self, should I say, because I work tirelessly with them guys on training field in terms of staying out and hitting the back of the net and feel good factor about where they play as a position. A lot of the time, as a centre forward, if you're not delivering, you are blamed, you are finger pointed at, and it's possibly sometimes in the game as the season's gone by now. The games that we've missed and chances that we've missed, a lot of people blame the centre forwards. So we can look at that and be really proud of the performance today from the boys, and obviously a game in hand now on some other teams in front of us. So we'll work hard this week, and we'll look forward to the next game.
The next game is a week and a bit away. That gives you 3 consecutive training sessions with the lads. Looking forward to that, to try and maybe work on some of the things that you spoke about on Thursday, and also just have a little bit of a breather without a game. Yeah,
possibly a double session on that Saturday, so it'll probably be 4, depending on how I feel with them. But they've done well tonight. They've done well. Their performance, I think they're going to sleep well because they've run themselves into the ground. Their movement and work ethic off the ball was superb. I think Chris Smith, Josh Hill was immense at the back, and obviously you know where Carl's been all season, and yeah, it was a very, very good performance and team performance without the ball and with the ball.
Lastly, we don't have that game next Saturday because of Slough's involvement in the FA Cup, but we do have the FA Youth Cup here on Friday. As the manager of the first team, and you've sort of reaped some of the rewards from that, what will your message be to the fans to kind of get out here and support those boys?
Yeah, just be positive. I'll be there. I'll be watching, cheering the boys on. Young Bradley Smith as well was on the bench today. And as I said, Bradley Roberts was superb. James Taylor, as you know, is a great goalkeeper. I think there's been 4 or 5 been training with me now for about 3 weeks. And they've got no fears in football, and that's what you need to play with. Be brave, trust your ability. And if you've got that hunger and that twinkle in the eye, I can see it. And I think it'll be a very good evening for the young boys. We're very positive that they'll do well and continue to run. There's a good setup over here with the academy guys and the young 18s, etc., the boys coming through. So we'll keep being positive with them and obviously analyse their game as well and look after them. But listen, we'll all be cheering them on, and hopefully they'll get the result that they deserve.
Well, I wish you a very enjoyable Saturday night. Go have a beer or two.
Yeah, it will be.